After losing in the second round of the Western and Southern Open in Cincinnati on his comeback from injury, Rafael Nadal stated it was, quote, tough to extract a lot of positives. What occurred exactly? How did he lose? Nadal, who had to pull out of Wimbledon due to an abdominal ailment earlier this month, made his comeback to play on Wednesday, but was defeated in a 3-hour encounter by Borna Coric of Croatia 7-6, 4-6, 6-3. Here's all we know thus far. To begin with, what do we know about Rafael Nadal? Rafael Nadal is the second seed and one of the 16 U.S. Open favorites. The Spaniard has a good draw and should advance to the semifinals if he performs at his best and overcomes an abdominal issue. Nadal hurt his abdomen during Wimbledon, missing almost 2 weeks of practice but reaching the semifinals. Rafael defeated Taylor Fritz in an exciting quarterfinal duel and disclosed a 7mm muscle rupture ahead of his match against Nick Kyrgios. Rafa withdrew before meeting the Australian, citing exhaustion and soreness, and returned to Mallorca. Nadal enjoyed his training sessions but was not prepared to play in Montreal. In Cincinnati, the Spaniard faced Borna Coric in the second round. In 2 hours and 51 minutes, the Croat surprised the world, number 3, 7-6, 4-6, 6-3, delivering Rafa's first loss in 6 years. Moving on, Rafael Nadal was eliminated in the second round of the Cincinnati Open. The Spaniard blew his opportunities in the opening and was broken in the decider, forcing him to retire. The match had 3 break opportunities while the opponents only won 1 return game in sets 2 and 3. Borna missed the sole break opportunity in the first set at 3-3, and the match went into tiebreak following a rain delay. Rafa rallied from a 4-2 deficit to score 3 consecutive points. At 6-5, he gained the first set point but failed to convert on his serve. Borna made his first goal at 8-7 after saving the second. Nadal rescued it with a forced fault and then denied the second to make the score 9-9. Rafa's costly double fault at 9-10 cost him the opening after an hour and 14 minutes. In the second set, the Spaniard served brilliantly and took a break at 3-3 following Coric's weak forehand. Nadal took a 5-3 lead with a net winner and completed the set with another 5-4 to force a tiebreak. Both players served less than 50% of the time in the final set, yet only lost 11 points in the service games. Coric produced 5 comfortable holds while maintaining pressure on the opposite side. At 3-2, the Croat forced Nadal's forehand error, giving him 2 break opportunities. Rafa was broken on weak forehand and fell 4-2 down. In Game 9, Borna served for the win and held a forehand cross-court forehand to seal the deal and celebrate a significant victory. Next up, Serena Williams discusses her next encounter against Ajla Tomljanovic at the U.S. Open. Serena Williams has expressed her admiration for Ajla Tomljanovic and said she has been watching the Australian recently. Williams will face Tomljanovic in the third round of the U.S. Open. Well, Williams and Tomljanovic will meet on the tennis court for the first time in their careers. Tomljanovic achieved 2 remarkable results this summer, reaching the quarterfinals of Wimbledon and Cincinnati. Williams has taken note of Tomljanovic's accomplishments and will not take her for granted when they meet. Quote, I believe it's okay. She's been playing hard and I've been paying close attention to her bouts. I watched her perform about a week and a half ago. Yeah, she's gone through a lot of injuries, so I understand. I believe it will be a terrific fit. As I stated, I must be prepared for every match, according to Williams. Following that, Williams talks about her approach at the U.S. Open. Williams advanced to the third round of the U.S. Open by defeating second-seeded Anett Kontaveit 7-6, 4, 2-6, 6-2 on Wednesday. Williams, who will retire after the U.S. Open this year, thinks she has nothing left to prove and is playing as if she had nothing to lose. Williams became a Grand Slam winner after winning the U.S. Open in 1999. Williams began a Grand Slam event without being considered the favorite to win for the first time in almost 20 years. I have nothing to demonstrate. I'm not playing for anything. I have nothing to lose. According to Williams, since 1998, I haven't had the opportunity to play like this. Since 1999, I've had an X on my back. It's a lot of fun. I like just going out and having fun. That's something I haven't done in a long time. Up next, Rafael Nadal equals Roger Federer's records in the U.S. Open. Rafael Nadal made his U.S. Open debut in 2003 at 17. To commemorate his maiden victory in New York, a youngster defeated world number 61 Fernando Vicente in straight sets. With 4 championships to his name, Nadal is still one of the men to beat at the U.S. Open, where he seeded second. Rafa began his 16th U.S. Open with 4-6, 6-2, 6-3, 6-3 victory over Australia's Rinky Hijikata in 3 hours and 8 minutes. Thus, Nadal joined Federer in having a 19-year gap between his first and final U.S. Open triumphs. It was Nadal's second match following withdrawal from Wimbledon, and he was satisfied with his performance. After losing service 1-up in the first set, the Spaniard defended 3 break points in the third set to maintain the pressure on the opposite side. World number 198 got a tremendous start against one of the best players. Following that, Rafael Nadal has been a fixture in New York for over 2 decades. Despite this, he could not maintain the level from set number 2 and crashed through the escape door. Nadal broke Rinky 5 times in 10 attempts, advancing to the second round for the 16th time as many trips in New York. The opening set was tight with only 1 break chance in the 9th game. Rinky took a 4-3 lead by breaking Rafa at 30 with a net victory. With a booming serve after 44 minutes, the Australian secured the first set at 5-4. Nadal opened the second set from a scratch and delivered 4 comfortable holds. Hajikata was unable to keep up and dropped serve twice. The Spaniard gained his first break after his opponent's poor forehand in Game 2. Rinky served to stay at the set at 5-2, but was broken again, earning Nadal the victory. A 4-time champion served superbly in the third set and waited for an opening on the return. It occurred in Game 4, and he seized it after Rinky's double fault to put him up 3-1. The Spaniard won the second set with a service winner at 5-3. Nadal broke at love to grab the lead and move closer to the finish line at 2-2 in the fourth set. He rallied from 40-0 deficit in the 8th game to produce a hold and preserve the advantage. Rinky served to keep the match alive at 5-3 and faced 5 match points. The youngster made it through the first 4 games before losing the 5th to Nadal's famed forehand down-the-line winner. Moving on, during a U.S. Open match, Nick Kyrgios answers a shocking complaint about the scent of marijuana. Nick Kyrgios admitted he's a strong asthmatic after complaining about someone smoking pot during his U.S. Open second-round match against Benjamin Bonzi. On Wednesday, Kyrgios stunned Bonzi with shocking mid-match claim, quote, "You don't even want to remind someone not to do it. It was marijuana. I'm not going to whine about food. Obviously not," Kyrgios yelled. Following Kyrgios' remarks, the chair umpire stated, quote, "Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder that you cannot smoke on the court." However, Kyrgios could put everything behind him and defeat Bonzi 7-6, 3 matches, 6-4, 4-6, and 6-4. Quote, "People don't know, I have severe asthma. When I'm sprinting side to side, I'm battling to breathe, which is certainly not something I want to be breathing in between points," Kyrgios remarked after the match. Finally, Kyrgios on the noisy U.S. Open. "The ambiance at the U.S. Open is completely different from anywhere else. Wimbledon felt so respectable to me. Being an Aussie, you anticipate the Australian Open, but it isn't quite here. Point in, point out, I can't hear you. Because it's always so loud, I can't hear my team half the time," he stated. Kyrgios has been playing the best tennis of his life this season. However, remaining focused is a significant difficulty during the U.S. Open. Quote, "Ash was quite loud. Nothing could be heard. There is constant jitter. Sirens are going off and hearing trains and people in Armstrong today. For someone who has battled to focus in my career, I'm working hard to put my head down and play point by point, trying to dig myself out of these difficult little circumstances," Kyrgios said. "It's difficult because there are so many distractions. There's also a lot of bullying going on. People are stating various things. These days, I have to be extremely careful what I say." In the third round of the U.S. Open, Kyrgios will face J.J. Wolf. Well, that marks the end of today's video. We hope you liked it. On your way out, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.